When it gets to 5 past, I'll probably start.
Yeah, that's when they're going to start. Hi guys, right, well, I'll press the record button. So I hope you've got your notebooks, pen and papers, because we went to this event last weekend and it was absolutely phenomenal. We did a Zoom call last Sunday, and if you haven't had that recording, then you need to ask to see that recording, because that obviously is part of what we're doing this time. So basically, it was an amazing recruiting event down in Kent. They've done one up in up north before, and they've got another one again in January, I believe, and again another one in March. So they seem as though they're pretty expensive, but it's all down to mindset and what you actually get for your money. They've put me into a group. Those that went, Sarah came along with me. We got put into a group afterwards, and we've got access to all the files and what they went through. And one of those is what I'm going to share with you today on this Zoom call. So I'm hopefully going to be able to show it to you, share the screen. I'm a bit of a techno dick as far as all this is concerned, so I'm hoping I shall be able to successfully do that. So I'm going to kick it off, and then I'm going to have a little break halfway, and then I'll let Sarah take over the little bit, and then I'm going to carry on again. So as I said, everything was all geared about recruiting in all different aspects. We've got this pretty good little booklet here that we were able to fill in with loads of notes that I actually took. So, you know, it's really exciting what they actually do for us. This is just a few distributors, top distributors that have put this on for everyone. It's not run by the company, it's actually run by some distributors. They don't have to do that. They don't have to share what they're doing. So, you know, we're really grateful for that. And like I said, it included a meal. It included, it started at 10, finished at 4. I would travel 4 or 5 hours to go and see that again, because that was very, very informational. That was absolutely brilliant. And like I say, they've put us into a group where we've got access to all the details. I can slowly take notes from and refer back to, interact with all the people in the group. The other thing that they've also set up, which is really exciting, is a 90-day game plan group. And again, all the information from that group, I'm happy to filter down to you guys, because I just think it's absolutely phenomenal what they're offering us. And this is all included in the price, basically. I think it was about 30 quid. But the training, the long-term training that we're getting from that is absolutely phenomenal. So, you know, it might seem expensive, but really it isn't, you know, and again, it's offset against it as a business expense. So, yes, last time we went over to we talked about how to find a team member. I'm actually going to move on a bit from that and talk about, because that's in the other Zoom call that I did, I'm actually going to talk about converting customers to teamies, because I don't know about you guys, but whether you've been in the business a short amount of time or a long time, you actually become a raving fan of the product. And when you become a raving fan of the product, then, you know, you want to be able to share it with other people. You have such a phenomenal story, usually whether it's to do with weight, whether it's to do with health, what it might be about. But you walk around and you are your own sort of shop window, basically. So customer care is absolutely paramount, and I think that we need to put quite a lot of emphasis on that. I've even been guilty of that in the past, of not looking after my customers as well as I possibly should have done, and I really want to sort of stress that, you know, we need to be doing that as much as possible. They spoke about the 5 R's from a customer. They'll give you the 5 R's, which is referral, reorders, become a rep, a raving fan, and reputation. So all those 5 are really key. Referrals, reorders, become a rep, raving fan, and reputation. So, you know, if someone gets a good, hang on a sec. If someone gets a good, let me just make sure everyone's on mute. That's right, yeah. If someone has a good experience with the product, they're going to talk about it and tell all their friends about it. So that's really important to be able for that to happen. We have the support groups, and what we tend to notice is people post in the support groups, and it's just usually a few people. So what I want to see happening a little bit more is, and they spoke about this at the event, is if you've got customers, you need to be posted in that group, so that they can see, your customers can see that you're doing the product, that you're a Raven fan. So it's most important that you do that all the time. So as soon as you've got one customer, you need to be in that group, and you need to be posting daily about the product, recipes, motivational stuff, anything that's going to inspire your person to do more and be more. So that's really important. We always have there's a welcome post in the pinned post that you can post a message in the group to welcome them to the group, point them to the files, to the videos that are in the group. That's all important things to do. The other thing that's a key thing to do is, once you've got your customer, is actually to give a welcome message on your wall, but make sure that you ask them permission if you're going to tag them in it. They might want to be secret about it, so don't go and tag them in something that they don't want to be tagged in. So ask if they can be tagged in it. But if they don't want to be tagged in it, you can easily say to my secret shaker, can't wait to see you. Did I say that right? Secret shaker, yeah, I did. Bit of a tongue twister there. So you could easily say something like that, and then you can say in the post, can't wait to see how you get loads more energy, help them with your snacks in between meals, or help with the cravings. Write a bit about the shakes, if that's what the product that they've bought the berry capsules. Then say to them, can't wait until you have some amazing skin, because your audience is going to see that. Your audience is going to see that you've got customers coming to you, and your audience is going to see that you're putting different things each time that the berry capsules are doing, or that the shakes are doing, or that the premium capsules are doing, relevant to that person. If someone has bought the product because they want that to help with their Crohn's, just say that in there. So I can't wait to see the improvement with your Crohn's. That's something that you can do on a regular basis. So, but make sure that you tag them in it. And if you're not got permission to tag them in it, then hang on a minute. Someone's just come on the call and I can't see. Can you mute yourself when you come on the call, please? That's lovely. Thank you. It's really important to do that, and actually, tag them in it, but only if they give you permission to tag them in it. So that's really good. So yes, post about the order. Post that they've become part of a movement, that they've become part of a secret community that goes on behind Facebook, that we've got this support group. Post about it, because that's most important, that they actually know about it. And like I say, you must be active in the group. The other thing I want to try and do a little bit more, I think Amy started to do it a little bit more, is doing some competitions for our customers. Now, we can't expect let's say Amy to do all the prizes for all of the competitions that are run in the group. So if someone's running a competition in the group, say in the group that you're going to do some prizes for your customers. Maybe you're going to give them a week's worth of boosters if they get involved with a silly selfie. Because if we can encourage your customers to do this sort of thing and be brave enough to post in the groups, then they are actually going to be showing qualities that are actually going to become teamies. So that's most important as a knock-on effect, if you can actually get your customers to actually do these sorts of things. We're going to have days like we have Thirsty Thursday, motivational Monday, all different. They're all got different names. Silly Selfie Saturday, Bake Off Sunday. So if we can get people to get going in these groups, then you'll actually start to find that there'll be people that will come through that will actually be showing qualities to be teamies. It's also important to find out from your customers when and how they want to be contacted. So when you've set someone up as a customer, you need to be saying to them, how do you want me to contact you? When do you want me to contact you? When are you going to be checking your measurements? That might be a good time to check in with people. Do you want me to text you? Do you want me to phone you? Do you want me to leave you alone? Do you need me to call you every day? All these things you need to find out from your customer, because trust me, customers are so different. So you need to be finding out what your customer wants, because they might want you to, they might want to send you a daily food diary. I've got customers that like to send me a daily food diary of what they're doing, and they only do that for probably about a fortnight, and they get through about 15 different meals. And I've obviously given them tips along the way on how they can improve that. And then they've gone back and said, right, okay, so then they need less involvement. But some people just need lots of involvement. But if you're trying to get lots of involvement with someone that really isn't interested, you're just going to draw a blank. You know, you're going to draw a blank and you're not going to get anywhere with them. And it's nothing more frustrating than from our point of view than if we try and contact them and they don't get back to you. But usually the reason they don't get back to you is because they're possibly fell off the wagon. But if you've actually contacted them at the very beginning and asked them how they want you to handle it, then, you know, you've already got a blueprint in place for you and that customer. And that's most important. So once you've got that sorted out, you could set yourself an alarm on your phone, so that you know when you can, you need to message them back, whether it's next Wednesday. If you've said to them, yeah, I'll speak to you next Wednesday, you need to do that. You need to do what you say you're going to do. So set an alarm on your phone for any follow-ups. Certainly put it in a diary, but sometimes a diary doesn't work. If you're a person that works with the phone, then do that by the phone, because that really works really well. And like I say, look out for potentials within the support group. The other thing I think is really good, if someone messages you and says that they've had a phenomenal response or result with the product, and you message them back and say, yeah, that's really good, well done, that's brilliant. If you can actually send them a voice message instead of typing it out, then they're going to see your passion in your voice. Oh my God, Jenny, that's so good. You've done amazing. Listen to you. You've lost 4 pounds. That's amazing. Can you see the difference? Then if you actually just type that out, they're going to realize. So get brave and start doing voice clips. You can practice doing voice clips back to yourself. That's something that's worth trying to do. Go onto your messenger and do a voice clip back to yourself. I often do that when I've thought of something during the day that I want to send myself a message, and I just do a voice clip back to myself. If you get brave, start to do voice clips into the group, into our support, not the support group, into the chat groups, because that's another good thing to do as well. You just practice doing it and you'll find that you'll get better at it. But they will actually be able to feel and see your passion in all of that. So I've spoken a bit about, this is really about giving customers a good ride and converting them into teamies. Okay, so I've got another section which is inquiry to closure. But what I'm going to do is, if Sarah's ready to speak now, Sarah's going to, hang on a minute, I've just got to mute someone. There you go. Sarah's, I'll just unmute you. There you go. Sarah's going to briefly chat about a few things, and then I'll come back to me again. Hiya, Sarah.
Hello everyone. You can hear me all right?
Yeah, make sure you're close to the microphone.
Am I loud enough? Or?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so after the recruitment thing last week, I'm going to put it basically, I mean, these events and meetings, it's basic. Meetings make money. It's as simple as that. Basically, let's take Birmingham in February, for example. I mean, I don't know how many people were there exactly, but for argument's sake, let's say 4,000. Of them 4,000, only 2,000 of them would have returned to Bournemouth in October. Now in Birmingham in February, you can guarantee that only 1,000 of them 2,000 will go into Birmingham. So it's basically a numbers game. If you get to these events, that's the key. Obviously, you've got to work on skills in between big events, but that's the key. You've got to make yourself personally more committed to getting to these events than anyone else in your team. You've got to just decide and commit to make yourself personally accountable for going to these events. And whether it's the local events or the massive events, you know, all right, you may not be able to get to every single one, but you need to try and get to one, possibly two a month, because it's whatever you, I mean, we've heard it all before, we hear it all the time. Whatever you do, your team's going to follow. So if your team are doing nothing, you need to look at yourself. You're not doing anything. If they're not doing nothing, it's because you're not doing anything. And I've learned that as well. It boils down to, you need to be towing the line. You need to be showing the way, taking personal responsibility for your business, doing what you need to do for your business in order for your team to follow you and do what they need to do for their business. That's what it boils down to. It's a numbers game at the end of the day. And aside from anything else, guys, these meetings and events, I mean, especially the big ones, they build you up again. You know, we're all human. Everyday life gets in the way. You know, things bring us down. Understand that. We all have stuff going on. But when you get to these events and get on these Zoom calls, it brings you back up again. You know, it reminds you why you started in the first place. It reminds you that it's not just you on your own. You've got a big group of people, the Diamond Dreamers. You've got everyone behind you. Everyone's here. You're upline. You know, it just brings your belief back up, not only in the products but in the business, because it's too easy. And I've had it just this morning. Someone's tagged me in a post, this is a pyramid scheme, blah, blah, blah. It's too easy to let those people get to you. So you need to be getting to the events just to reconfirm your belief in it. And yeah, that's all I'm really going to say about the events thing, because I mean, we all know deep down that we should be getting to them. Even if it's the coffee mornings that Jeanette and Amy run. I mean, I can't get to them for work, but for the weekend ones, I'm going to start doing it, because the other thing, sorry, I keep rambling and going off track, but the other thing with these events is that it not only bumps you up, but it shows your audience that it's not just you, it's not just Sarah posting about these magic beans or these shakes. It's much bigger than that, and it shows your audience it's much bigger than that, that it's a bigger community, and that there's a real company behind us. It's not just us, it's a real company. And showing them pictures and live feeds when you go to the big ones. I mean, I'm sure you all saw Bournemouth. That was incredible to watch, you know, all the lights, all the people up on the stage. It just shows everyone, it gives them that confirmation that it's so much bigger than you. So yeah, that's only going to help build you and your business as well. The other thing that I wanted to touch on was relationships, because although I didn't start the business until Christmas Day, in the lead up to starting the business, I was posting a lot about the products, even though I wasn't doing the business. Because I was posting a lot about my running, and I was including the shakes and capsules in my posts, and they're coming up on my time hop now, and it's cringeworthy. It really, really is, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh God, Sarah, what were you doing? So yeah, that's leading on to the relationship bit. When you're posting, you know, we've heard Amy and Jeanette say before, post with intent. Don't be a Juice Plus robot. And I'm completely guilty of it. When I first started, even before I started the business, I somehow became a Juice Plus robot. I was posting about the products, just Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. People don't want to hear it. They're not interested. They're just going to, boom, shut down, they're just going to switch off to you. Because there's obviously quite a few distributors out there now, some good, some bad, some really bad. You want to make yourself better than the other ones out there at the end of the day. You don't want to be this Juice Plus robot and be a hunter. You don't want your audience to feel hunted by you. that, you know, they want to see your posts and think, oh right, she's a normal person. She's not just this weirdo posting about capsules and shakes. Does that make sense? I hope that does, because you know, you don't want to come across as this hunter and you're just looking for customers. They're just going to feel hunted and they're just going to shut down to you. Not going to listen. They're not going to read your posts. They're just going to scroll on by. And requests, when you add people as well. I mean, what I've started doing recently is probably either last thing at night or first thing in the morning. That's when I'm adding people. But as soon as they accept it, you know, again, it's probably repetitive of what you've all already heard, but I go onto their page and start liking and commenting. And that's how I'm getting through my interacting with people. And I've found now that my news feed, I don't see anything Juice Plus now. I'm just seeing, but it's literally like, who's that? Who is that? I don't see anything Juice Plus now, which I'm quite glad, because for a while there, all I was seeing was Juice Plus. For God's sake, it was doing my head in. So yeah, when you're adding people, just go straight away and comment on anything, like anything, and give them compliments. Like we always say, sincere compliments. Go on and get that conversation going, because as soon as you've liked or commented on something of theirs, 9 times out of 10, they're going to think, who's this person? They're going to go onto your profile and they're going to start liking stuff of yours. And what I've just started doing with that is, as soon as they like anything online, it doesn't have to be, you know, it could be anything, that dog, it could be whatever. I'll message them straight away, nothing to do with Juice Plus, and I'll just say, hey, how are you? Thanks for the like. Just thought I'd say hello properly and introduce myself. Have you had a good weekend, or are you having a good day? Just general chit chat. And the last week or two, my phone's been going mad for messages, just normal conversation, because I'm building friendships with these people. I haven't mentioned Juice Plus, but as a result of that, people are now messaging me, asking me about the products. I haven't had to say anything. You know, it's just like fishing. I'm putting the bait out there and just winding it in. That's all you need to do. Don't jump on people. Don't jump on people and say, oh, like, thank you for the like and testimonial. Do you want info on that? Do you know what I mean? It's just not going to work. They're going to ignore you. It's as simple as that. So yeah, relationships, just that's what you've got to concentrate on. That's the number one thing, because when you concentrate on the relationships and the friendships, everything else will follow and fall into place. So yeah, that's it from me, really. I hope that's all right. I didn't want to go off on a tangent and stuff, because I know what I'm like. I'll start talking about all sorts of stuff.
Sarah, that's awesome. Thank you ever so much. There's some really key points in there. Like you say, relationship is amazing. There's so much you've got to do to build this relationship, you know. Be yourself, you know, all of that sort of thing. And don't be a Juice Plus junkie, you know. We all see it all the time, you know, that everyone on their wall wants to have loads all about Juice Plus. Yeah, we've got to let people know we're doing it, but you know, you've got to do it very subtly, really. If you look at the top people about it, all they're doing is creating, you know, their wall with their personality and things, you know, and that's what we've got to do. Because have you got something else to add to that, Sarah?
Yeah, it's everything's starting to come back to me. But
Right.
It was going back to the events thing, because I know there's probably quite a few people in the Diamond Dreamers that probably think, I don't need to go to events, because you know, I can just pick up on what the others have got. But you know, they've probably got the mindset that people don't travel for this stuff because you've got the online community, you don't need to. Well, no, that's not the case. When you look at Amy, John Holloway, Sinead Kavanagh, they're the people that made it to the events. You know, the people that say you don't need to go, just get it online in the community. Well, they're not earning any money, and that's why. That was the key point of my meetings make money.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, they are the ones that are there. And I've listened to personal development before, and they've said, you know, the ones that keep turning up to the events, like you said, there was only going to be 2,000 of the Bournemouth lot that are going to go to the next one. There's only going to be 1,000 of them that goes to the next one, and so on, because there's always going to be new people. But are you going to be in that group? Are you going to be at the next event and the next event and the next event? I've been to events now for 3 years on the trot, all over the place, up and down the country and in other countries, and I have learned something every single time. And every single time I think to myself, well, they can't get any better than what last time's was. They can't top last time's, and every time they top last time's. So, you know, getting to events is key. I know it's difficult with time and children, commitments and animals, all that sort of thing. I understand that, but if you really want to do it, you will find a way. And that is so true. It's the same with the product. If people really want to get on the product, they will find a way. So a couple of things I just wanted to go on to say. One thing they got us to do at the event was close your eyes and think of your favourite shop, and think how you would like your favourite shop to be, the lighting, the atmosphere, the sound, the music, what your favourite shop is, the colours you'd like it to be, the pictures you'd like on the wall, how you'd like to be approached by the shop assistant. That's really how you need to be running your Facebook wall, because it is your shop window, and you need to think very closely about that. So go back and look at your own wall and have a look and think to yourself about how that is looking, whether it's too much Juice Plus, whether there's not enough of what else you're doing in your life, you know, because you must be doing other things. You're cooking, you're doing chores around the house, all sorts of things, you know, whatever you're doing. You haven't got to be going to big shops, going out and doing swish things, going on swish holidays or anything. You've just got to be you, because people will tap into for you for being you. The other thing that they said they wanted us to do was to think of 3 things that you love and write them down, and then you need to post about them. You need to create sort of an atmosphere around that. So, for example, you might have a particular colour that you like. You might have a particular hobby that you like. Anything. You've got to think of 3 things that relates to you and about you, that you want to post about, that is going to attract people like you to you. Okay, so it's quite simple. Just think of 3 things that you love. That's really key. The other thing to do on your wall is, say you're going out to the shops. For example, you're in the shops and you can't decide whether to have a brown pair of shoes or a black pair of shoes. Post about it. Post that on the group, on your Facebook, and say, I'm in the so-and-so shop. Check yourself into that shop or that town or wherever it is, supermarket or whatever, and then start to post, you know, give me a hand, gang. I don't know what colour to have. Shall I go for the brown pair or the black pair? That's just giving you an example of what to do, but you've got to do that around you. If you're horsey and in your horse shop, then post about that. If you're at the gym and you're deciding what trainers to buy or whatever else, just try and post about it. Do as much interactive when you're asking your audience, because your audience have always got an opinion and they'll easily give you an opinion. You know, I'm going to the hairdressers. How shall I have my hair today? Shall I go blonde or shall I go more red? You know, try to find things like that you can do on a regular basis. If there's an incentive that's going on in the group, post about it so that people ask you, they want to get into your group. Obviously, they've got to be on the product or they've got to be in the clean eating stuff, but they post about it on your wall. Make your wall more interesting. Make your wall different to all of your other Juice Plus people that you know, whether they be crossline or who they are. You know, you've got to make it all about you. You know, your atmosphere, your opinion, your feelings, your interests, because people will relate to you. Otherwise, it's very easy to keep saying, you know, here's my shakes, here's my capsules, Here's a testimonial. Buy Juice Plus. You know, you become a Juice Plus robot. You know, do other things, show other things going on in your life, and also show fun. I think I've had quite a bit of fun quite recently with the Snapchat. You must have seen. So do something similar. You know, have a little practice run with them. You know, and that's all good fun. Make a story going up in your on your wall. So, you know, you post your vision board and then say that you're going to buy something, let's say on your next Juice Plus payday, or on your next payday, should I say. Don't say Juice Plus, but on your next payday, say that you're going to buy something particular. Maybe you're going to buy some trainers for the kids or something. I don't know. It doesn't have to be about you. It could be about the children. Maybe you're going to buy your horse something new. So post that you can't wait to buy this new rug for your horse, or this new coat for your kids, or the new coat for you, or a new handbag, whatever it is. Post about it over a period of a few days. And sort of, you know, get interaction on that. So you've built up a bit of a story about it. So, you know, am I going to choose this handbag or that handbag? But make a little bit of a story about it all, and how special it's going to be. And you're going to use the handbag when you go to Birmingham, that sort of thing. Just make a story about it. Make it interesting. And then start to say, I can't wait because on Saturday I'm going shopping, I'm going to Westfield, and I'm going to go and buy this handbag I've been searching for ages. Make a story about it, you know. Try and create that sort of thing, because other people are going to want to do the same. Yes, if you're going on holiday, you could do the same thing about going on holiday, but do it so that that's relatable to your audience, for what your audience is going to be looking for. So the vision board is really good. Upload your vision board up to Facebook. That's something that I've never done. So I'm going to start trying to do that. And I'm going to make it on some simple things, not my long-term ones. I'm going to make it my simple things, I think. And sort of post that you're going to do something the night before and make it interesting. This will all help to build a following. People will be getting up the next day and they'll be wanting to know what you're doing, because they treat this all a bit like EastEnders, to be perfectly honest. They want to know your business. They want to know what you're doing. And if you can put your business as much as you can on Facebook, people want to know about it, because they're just interested. People are interested in other people all of the time, always have been. So that's what will make you different from other distributors. And that's why people relate to you. I post a lot about my dogs, the horses. I've got a thing about the skies, the lovely skies that there are, the scenery, the here and nows. That's me, but that's not the next person. That's not another Juice Plus person. So you've got to be you for you. You know, that's most important. I can't stress that enough. Okay, the next thing I'm going to move on to talk about briefly, if I can, is this all about inquiry to closure. Now, Amy McDermott is the one that set up this recruitment event, and she's done such an amazing job. She talks about being the master asker. Okay, you need to be the master asker. If you've got anyone coming to you for product or business, you need to be nosy and you need to ask questions. When someone asks you about the business, don't just say, yeah, it's all this, and you do this, and you do that, and you do this, and you do that. No, don't do that. You need to be asking questions. So if they come to you for the shakes or for a product, for example, you'll ask questions. What is it you want it for? The same goes for the business. You need to be asking questions. You know, what has attracted you to this? Why? What are your pains at the moment? What do you want to achieve? How much do you want to earn? What are your dreams? What is making it difficult for you at the moment as to why you've come to me now? You know, find out about what they want, how much they want to earn, and how many hours they want to put into it a week. You know, if they want to earn £2,000 by next week and they're only going to put an hour into it, that's quite clearly not going to happen. And you need to be letting them know that. So, you know, that needs to be relevant to how many hours they're prepared to put into it. So yeah, just keep asking all about them. The other thing that you need to be doing is using the if I would you. Okay, and what that means is, if I sent you a video that told you a bit about what I do, would you watch it? So if I would you, it's most important to use that. And the other thing, you need to get them to commit to actually telling you when they're going to actually watch it. So you actually say to them, so they've said yes, they want to see the video. So you're going to say you're going to send them the video. When do you think you're going to be able to watch it? And then wait for a message back. So they'll send you a message back and say, yeah, I think I'll be able to watch it tonight after I've put the kids to bed. So then you say, okay, so if I drop you a message about 9:30, you would have watched it by then, ? And yeah, they're likely to say, yes, they would. So then after 9:30, you've got a note in your diary and you're going to message them and you're going to say, did you watch the video I sent you? ? And then they're going to say yes. And you say, what did you like best about it? It's most important to say, what did you like best? Don't say, what did you think about it? Just say, what did you like best about it? And then they will tell you. And then you need to be saying something like, yeah, I love that bit too. So the next part of this is you would then say to them, so on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put yourself right now? 1 being that you're not interested, 10 being that you're ready to join. So again, you're asking a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put yourself right now? So they'll come back to you, say 5 to 7. So you'll say, okay, what is it I need to do now to give you information to help you become a 10? So then they will tell you what their reservations are, what their issues are. You can use this same principle for the product. So, and they'll come back to you and they'll tell you what it is. So then you'll be able to give them some advice and some help. Another great thing to use at this point would be feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same, but what I found is, and that works really well, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same, but what I found is, because a lot of people will say they don't have time. So you can say, yeah, that's what I know how you feel. That's what I felt. I know how you feel. That's what I felt. But what I found is that we have Hootsuite and Buffer that schedules our posts in the evenings. So instead of me playing on scrolling endlessly on Facebook, I'm actually now being constructive and posting my posts up for the next day. So you can, show them that you can be time management, work with time management. So guys, the follow-up, the fortune is in the follow-up, but I'm now just going to try and show you, if you bear with me a minute. Oh, it's gone. Hang on a minute, that didn't work. It's gone, Amy. Can you help me with that? Oh, I found it. All right, I don't know. Can you see that? That's what I want. What I'm trying to do, guys, is share the screen.
There should be a big screen, big green thing that says share screen.
Yeah, I've got the share screen, but when I go onto share screen, there's nothing on the folder there where I want to share it with, because it was there a minute ago, but it's gone. So I'm really sorry. I was trying to share something, but it's not allowing me to. Let me just see if I can find it. No. Oh, that's really pants. Can you see that? Can anyone unmute themselves and tell me if they can see it?
No, I can't see anything.
Let me try this one. Can you see that one?
No.
Oh, that's really pants. I'm really irritated about that. See, I told you I was a techno dick. I've downloaded something specially to actually show you the files, and I don't know how I can share screen. I know how to share screen, but when I go to share screen, it's not there. Select a window of an application that you want to share. Whiteboard, iPhone, Safari. No, it's not that, is it? Desktop. No. Oh, well, I'll have to leave it then.
Oh, we can see it.
Yeah, you can
Got
see
it. Got it, Janet.
Yeah, wait a minute. No, you can't, I don't think, because that's not what I want to show you. No, I can't stop share. That's better. No, I've got all my downloads, but I can't get it to share. I can see it, but you can't. Wait a minute. What if I do that? Share. Share. No. Copy. Send. No, that's not it. No, I'll have to leave it. Oh, I'm so irritated about that. Let me just have a look. Wait a minute. Right. Video. Can you see that, guys?
Yep.
You can see the follow-up thing.
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah, got it.
Oh my God! Hang on a minute. Let me just. Hang on a minute. I've got half of someone else up. I don't know why I've got that up there. Then. Right. Okay. So Fortune is in the follow-up, as we said. Sorry, gang. You're there now. So you can see this, can you?
Yep.
Right. Okay. All of you can see it. Okay. So basically, what she's saying is, as you follow up within 24 hours or 72 hours, then you go to a week, then you move to the next month's list, and you keep on doing this cycle. So always follow up the next day. Now, the next slide is some of these videos here. Now, I'm not going to play them, but there's a particular one that she's shared with us called Daydream Believer, and I'm going to share that into the group because that's an awesome video that she's allowed us to use. So that's really key, and I shall share those ones with you a bit later. Now, objection handling. Knowledge and belief equals confidence. So you need to be very strong on your knowledge and your belief of the product and the business. If you haven't got a lot of knowledge or belief about it, then you won't have the confidence, and it will show in the way you speak to people. So it's most important that if your belief in the product or your belief in the business is low, you need to do something that's going to bring it up high. And that's going to be something like personal development, research, being a product of the product, all of those sort of things. So if you need any tips on that, then you need to go back to your mentor, your upline rather, and speak to them about helping them overcome the confidence that you have with the product or the business. Because if you're having an issue in an area, it's usually because your confidence is down on that at that time. The other thing is be truthful. Don't lie. Don't pretend you're on more money than you are. Don't lie about this business because it will come back and bite you. You must be totally honest about it. And we are networkers. We are not salespeople. I have never sold anything in my life before this. And I don't sell now. I actually share with people. And that's what we do. We share with people. And again, you must understand that the objections are normal and they're just people's ways of finding out more about the product and the business. So it's normal to get objections. If you get someone that just says, yeah, I'll sign up, that's someone that's possibly going to ask a lot of questions later. So you're going to really prefer someone that's going to have a lot of questions at the beginning. And these objections are all key. So handling objections. I don't know, I'm guessing you can read all of this. So someone is saying, I don't have time. So when they've said to you that they're between 5 and 7, when you're going back to the scale, 1 to 10, where do you find yourself? And they say they're between 5 and 7. And so you say, what is it you need to get you to a 10? And they'll say, well, I don't have time. I don't feel I've got time. So another objection that Amy McDermott says is, how would you like to never have to say that again? I think that's a phenomenal answer. That really is. You know, how would you like to never say that again? And then another objection to that, or to handle that objection, is that's why I'm sharing this with you. This is a perfect way for people with little time to build a great business, that once we get right, we'll be financially free. So I'll free you up some more time. So, and again, if they say that they haven't got time, or share stories of people who are in the business that have been successful despite not having much time. So, you know, it's simple ways that you can overcome that objection with time. But I really loved that. How would you like to never say that again? That's phenomenal, that is. Okay, don't have enough money. Are you saying you can't afford to make money? Because that's what I'm willing to teach you. So that's really good. If I could show you a system that means you could break even straight away and then start making profit from day one, would you be interested to learn more? Of course they would. No one would ever say no to that. And again, here's the next one, is just showing you the feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I also felt like that. But then I made a little commitment to this and found that now I don't have to worry about money. How awesome would that be to be able to say that? Obviously, if you're at different parts of the business, you say different things. But that's really key as well. Okay, so another objection is, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not a salesman. Perfect. Then you'll be brilliant at what I do. I think that's great. And another one, if I could prove to you that it's not sales, it's about helping people, would you be willing to learn more? And again, you know, people, these are how you get people, turn people round from a 5 to 7 to become a 10. And again, these are all similar things that you would use for the product as well. I've heard another question or another objection. I've heard something negative about network marketing. And then you can see from there, it says, have you heard of Richard Branson, Bill Gates, or Donald Trump, etc.? Do you think some of the most successful guys in the business world would rave about network marketing if it wasn't a phenomenal opportunity? Of course they wouldn't. We know Richard Branson does, and there's another guy that does as well, and has just gone, The Apprentice, who runs the Apprentice group thing on telly, he does as well. So any business that turns over millions, I promise, any business that turns over millions, I promise that you are going to be able to find positive and negative things said about them, but let me teach you why that facts are more important than opinions. And you'll always find people with opinions on these things. So, you know, again, network marketing, if someone says to me, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, I'll ask them a question. Always often return it with a question. Well, what's been your experience of network marketing then? Let them tell you what their experience has been. Okay. I don't know anyone as a great one. So I felt like that also until my upline taught me how to expand my network, and now connecting with new people is easy. That's very true, isn't it? You know, I started this business with only 200 friends, of which they were all Amy's friends. And now I've got 4,000 friends and I'm building myself in a phenomenal business. And you all can do too. You know, we've got a system to help and show you. Only the people at the top are making money. So the objection, that would be the objection. I thought like that too before I joined, but then I have earned X amount, or I know someone who joined at the same time as me and they are now at the top of the company. We're all making money along the way. There aren't many businesses that you can start a business and then be in profit within the first month. It's quite normal to be in a normal business, start a normal business up, and to not be in profit for 3 years. This is the opportunity that we've got to share with people. And again, another objection is, I've tried multi-level marketing before and it didn't work. Would you be willing to try again if I was able to give you the training you needed to be successful? And again, ask a question amongst that as well. Ask the question, what was your experience with multi-level marketing? Ask them, be a master asker, like we said at the beginning of this part. And then someone says, another objection is, I already have a job. Brilliant. Can I ask if the worst happened and you couldn't do your work tomorrow, would they still pay you forever? If not, I can show you how you can build something part-time that once you get right will pay you even if you never turn up. That is again another phenomenal answer. Some of these answers are absolutely brilliant, I think. So I think that was the last one. Yeah, it was. Let me just see if I can go back now to stop share. Woo! I did it! Oh, that's really funny. Sorry about that, guys. So I hope you found that quite beneficial. It was quite a lot to take in. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to share that with you all properly, again in a group somewhere along the line. So really, that's just about it for tonight as far as that's concerned. The only thing I really wanted to add is that, like Sarah was saying, we're trying to do some little catch-ups during the week if we can. If you're not near to us, then see if you can do your own catch-ups. A coffee catch-up would be absolutely great, like somewhere like Costa. We've been doing those. Make them fun. They are good fun. We're going to be doing some this week, just to let you know that Tuesday night this week we're going to be meeting at Cozy Club in Ipswich. Obviously that's only relevant to people that live near us, but go and meet up with some of your own friends. This is how I built my business right from the word go. I didn't think I could do it on Facebook, so I went to a catch up in a pub, set myself up, stuff up there, put a few things out, the capsules, the chewies, and I found that's how I built my business totally. So, you know, you can easily do it yourself. Arrange to meet up with a friend somewhere. So that's Tuesday night. Wednesday night there's an event in Chelmsford, and Olivia Measures is coming down to speak at an event in Chelmsford. If you're within throwing distance of Chelmsford, then that would be a phenomenal place to get yourself to. Again, as Sarah said, events build things. Maybe you don't have anyone, maybe you don't live near these places, but maybe you know someone that does. So you could start posting on your Facebook wall, any of my friends live near Chelmsford that want to go to an event and have a catch up, because you can arrange for the Diamond Dreamers to meet you there. You don't have to be there, but you could arrange for people to meet you that meet there. So we're going. So you can say to me, you could message me and say, yeah, I've got a couple of friends that are going to go. So you can be posting that on your wall about the event. That goes for events all over the country. If you want an event in your area, I can look up in one of the groups where they post a lot of the events, and post some that are in your area in the Diamond Dreamers group. So there's loads of events going on all over the country. Just because they're not necessarily this end, they might be near you. So you need to be sort of searching for those, because events are totally and utterly key. You cannot bottle how you feel when you come back from an event. Trust me. So that's Wednesday. Thursday during the day, I think we're having another catch up during the day. I think that's yet to be decided exactly where it is. And Thursday evening, I think I was heading over to Lowestoft. Some of the team, the Diamond Dreamers, wanted to catch up at Lowestoft. So the other thing is on the 27th of November is a Sunday, I believe, and it's tickets. I think they're all sold out now, but if you get a chance to go for a ticket that becomes available, then get yourself there. It's Who Runs the World. Again, we should be doing some Zoom calls on that later on, because that is brilliant. These events are put on by distributors, just like Amy McDermott done the one last week at Kent, and you need to try and get to them as much as possible. And obviously we've got brilliant event in February, which is the Birmingham convention, which again is another phenomenal one to get to. So if anyone's got any more questions at all, I'll just quickly, oh, that's the one, Alan Sugar. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Alan Sugar. Yeah. And you've enjoyed it, Cara. Thank you. Hope you've all enjoyed the call. I hope you've taken lots of notes. There's still at least 3 more pages of notes I've got to go through, so maybe we'll do another call next week. And then if you like anything you particularly want to go through, then let us know and we can see if we can go through it any time. I know I've got people wanting to go through details on The Apprentice, and what groups to put them in, that sort of thing. So I'll see if I can sort out something on a Zoom call for that next week. Okay then, guys, lovely to catch up with you. If you could all post on your walls and tag us in it, that there's you've been on a Zoom call with the amazing Diamond Dreamers, that would be great. Show your audience that there's more going on, and this amazing community. So quickly take pictures of the group before we disappear. And this has been recorded, and I'm trusting that that's all recorded properly, so that we can then I can then post it in the groups for others that weren't so fortunate to be on it. So love you all lots. Catch up with you soon. See you later.